And then with that, let's see. So I also see that people can make donations. What sort of donations are you planning on taking?
I have quite the wide array of auction prizes that people have already donated, and I had no idea I was going to get so many interesting items to put up for auction. I have had everything from, let's see, I have some examples here. Uh, Here's Ginsu's offer, a very nice belt pouch that he has hand stitched and done all the leather work on himself. So he donated that. I've got several entries from Squire Brazen,
That's exciting.
who was very happy to donate several of these chains. And just today, Brazen found a cow skull and said, "Can I donate that to the auction?" And I said, "Yeah, that sounds awesome. That sounds amazing." So I've got a cow skull for the auction now too, for all the monster types out there that want to make some sort of helmet out of it or something like that, or if you just want to display it in your camp.
See, you gotta get Taurus to hold it up though, because there's a fighter named Taurus, a part of Chimera. I think it'd be funny if he's the one that holds it up and shows it off.
Oh, we'll do that. We'll do that then.
That'll be exciting.
Let's see. I think I had. Nope, I don't. But I don't have any other pictures for them that I want to share. But I do have several other items. Everything from bits of clothing and garb, and the Rangers have also said that anything that doesn't go in their Goodwill garb drive will be donated to the tavern for auction. Um, Forged Foam and I believe Gorg are going to donate weapons. I don't have that confirmed from Gorg yet, uh, but I know Forged Foam was going to probably donate a weapon or a shield of some kind. Uh, I even have one of the more interesting entries that I managed to get my hands on was I have a friend who paints, and I managed to get them to donate several paintings.
Well, that's exciting. Are they? Do you know what medium they're on? Like watercolor, oil, acrylic?
I don't know for certain. I am not an art person. I just knew that they painted, and I said, "Hey, your paintings look really good. Could I maybe auction a few of them? Would you be willing to donate them?" And they were jazzed about the idea, so long as I kept their name anonymous.
Great. Well, that's
They
exciting.
they appear to be. I know they're on canvas blanks, so
Ooh,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that helps.
it's a mystery. Well, that's cool. And then, of course, these are all of the different things that are going to be at the auction. How is the auction going to be ran, and how does that work?
Well, the auction is going to be after last call, so after the bar closes down, the very last thing we will do is run the auction, probably again sometime around midnight or 1 a.m. after the arena has shut down, and we're again doing our last call. We have an auctioneer who has volunteered for the tavern to come in and auction these items off, and it will be uh, basically the auctioneer will start the bidding at probably 1 coin for each item, and anyone who wants to bid will say a competing bid until no one is willing to match that bid, and that will be who the item will go to.
And then, do you take the coins right away, or
We will be taking the coins at the auction, and the coins themselves, they're just little plastic trinkets, so uh, it's not that big a deal if they're lost. I would prefer to recollect all of them so we can keep them for next year, but
yeah.
they're not valuable or anything like that.
Now, what would happen if somebody overbid? They, see that they don't have enough coins, but they overbid. Do they then lose that, or is there any exceptions there?
We'll shame you for sure. We'll point our fingers at you and go, "Shame on you! How dare you not count out your money?" And then it will go back to the auction for the bidding to start again at 1 coin.
Okay, so it starts back up again. And these coins, they can only, of course, be either earned, basically received from other shops and things like that. But is there anything else that people can use their coins on? Or is it just the auction?
We do have gambling games as well. As apart from the arena that will be set up inside the library barn itself. So you can participate in those. We've got a few games that we're going to set up and have running throughout the night. So we're going to have standard blackjack. Bets against the house are again 1-1. So you pay in 1 coin, you get back 2 coins. The dealer is going to be drawing to 16 and standing on all. We will have standard poker, where the ante is 1 coin, so there won't be any small or large blinds. Everyone antes 1 coin, and it will just be a normal game of poker after that, with everyone going around and either calling or raising. We will have Hammerschlagen, which, if anyone watching this has never heard what that is, you basically take a log, you stick a nail in that log, and your objective is to swing the hammer in 1 swing and hit the nail into the log. So there's no... It's hard for me to describe it. I'm not good with this sort of imagery. But basically, you set the hammer against the log, you raise up, and you smack it down, all in 1 motion without stopping. And the first person to hammer their nail all the way home will take the betting pot. So everyone will bet what they think. There will be an agreed-upon betting pool between all the players. They will all put the same amount of money in, and whoever wins will take the pot.
And is that done one-handed or two-handed?
It is done one-handed.
Now, what kind of hammer are we talking here? Is this like a sledgehammer, pretty big, or...?
It is traditionally, it is a fairly large sledgehammer. In this case, it will be whatever I can convince Keg to give me.
Okay.
I know he's got a hammer somewhere. I just need to get it out of him.
I think that one will be interesting. Where does this game originate from? Do you know?
I don't know historically where it originates from. I know that I took this game shamelessly from the Northern Steppes and their event, Gathering of the Clans, which is where I first saw this game played. I took a lot of ideas actually from them, so I really should shout them out. A lot of these ideas come from their tavern, so if you've never gone to Gathering of the Clans, you should, because it's really fun.
Okay, well that's interesting. That'll be an experience.
I do have also Liar's Dice, which is where basically everybody has 5 dice in a cup. You shake them up like you're playing Yahtzee, slam them down on the table, and the goal is to guess how many of a single type of die you think is on the board. And you go around the circle betting on what's on the collective board. So you're not just guessing what's in your cup, you're guessing what's in everybody's cup. And with every go around the table, the bets get higher until they're impossibly high, and somebody calls bullshit. If you call bullshit on somebody and you're right, you take the pot. If you call bullshit on somebody and you're wrong, the person you called bullshit on takes the pot. We will also have 3-box high-low, which is a game that I pulled off of the internet, so I haven't actually read the rules too deeply for it yet. But basically, you will it's kind of like poker. You'll place a bet on the table, and you're betting on the next card that comes out from the dealer. You're betting on whether it will be higher or lower than the cards in your hand.
Okay. I think I remember seeing a really old game show that had that. Of course, a lot more visuals, but that's pretty neat.
Yep. And this is actually a good chance for me to say that this is the area in which I am lowest on tavern personnel. So if anyone wants to volunteer in the tavern, please, I beg you, I need more volunteers.
Yeah, and then you said volunteers can earn coins and stuff too, right? So that'd be a good opportunity for people to earn that.
That's right, and anyone who volunteers in the tavern also gets access to the bartender's private stash.
Nice, that'll be good.
Which the bar, of course, also if you're under 21, we will still serve you. We do have non-alcoholic options aplenty, in addition to the drink menu that I showed earlier. Let me bring that back up again. So in addition to these non-alcoholic options that we have on tap, the Shirley Temple, the cream soda, and the ginger beer, which the Shirley Temple will be non-alcoholic. There won't be any alcohol in it. Um, we will also have citrus soda, like a Mountain Dew, and cola will also be not on tap, but we'll be serving them from storage tanks after we've gone ahead and carbonated it. Uh,
Okay, that's impressive. So, what type of cola would it be?
it is so I'm really excited that I know about this place. It comes from a brewing shop, a beer brewing shop in Indianapolis called Great Fermentations, and but they, in addition to selling things for brewers, they also sell things for kegerators, these big assemblies that charge kegs, and they sell these gallon jugs of soda concentrate that are, for legal purposes, different than like Coke or Mountain Dew, but it's effectively the same formula. And all you have to do is take this 1 gallon of concentrate and dump it in the keg, and you mix it with 5 gallons of water, and then you carbonate it, and presto, you've got soda. And I managed to convince Numenor to buy me a couple of gallons of this stuff.
Well, that's
And
great.
we're going to use Redbeard's manifold. We're going to carbonate it. We're going to siphon it off into other tanks, and then we're going to put the cream soda and the ginger beer back on tap.
That sounds really good. I'm actually pretty excited about that. I like pop, so for me, soda is always a good option, and it's good to have other drinks or other things in between your alcoholic beverages to keep you a little bit less like a pirate, more like a sailor.
That's right. That's right. I'm very excited about the ginger beer because I know that Redbeard and I have been experimenting with making ginger syrups from scratch for quite a while now.
Is it
Uh,
going to be spicy at all, or is it more like a
it
ginger ale?
it should kick pretty hard. I know I've been working on my own ginger syrup for the bar as a mixer agent, and I'm not going to carbonate mine, so it's going to stay as a syrup for shaking cocktails. I've gotten mine to the point where it is pretty spicy. It is pretty heavy on the ginger. It's almost spicier than the habanero syrup that I made.
Eh.
That took quite a bit of trial and error to make it not taste like peppers.
I know last year there was somebody from Numenor. Their name is Rainbow Shark. They ended up making I think it's the hottest pepper in the world. They put that into a bunch of alcohol and tried to get people to try it. If it's anything close to that, I'm probably going to pass, but I know that his was definitely pretty hot. On a scale between like hottest pepper in the world to lower, what would you say this would be?
I would say the pepper syrup itself that's going in El Diablo, it's not that bad. It's maybe only a 3 or a 4. It's definitely going to burn your lips, and that's the idea, for you to get some of that chili oil onto your lips as you're drinking this margarita with a hibiscus salt rim, and it sort of hits you all at once. Um, the ginger syrup is probably about a 4 or a 5. That kicks pretty hard.
Out of 10?
Out of 10, yes.
Okay.
But it's also very good for you. Ginger is, in addition to being a good stomach remedy, it's just a good natural stimulant.
I know it's supposed to help keep you hydrated. I know that several drinks that help with hangovers can have ginger in it, and that's supposed to help with that, at least from what I'm told.
Yep.
So, is there anything that you should recommend people to bring or have for the event that you would recommend?
We definitely want you to bring your own drinking vessel, or we will give you a cup of shame, and you'll be slightly more sad because it's just a styrofoam cup. Uh, Definitely bring your own drinking vessel, please. I beg of you. um, some of the arena fights do allow you to use your own weapons, so that is encouraged. Uh, and as we spoke about before, if you bring armor, that's something that you'll have to talk to the arena master about. If the arena master is willing to let you do it, by all means, go for it.
Okay. And then, will there be any security or heralds present to keep everyone safe for the actual arena portion of it?
So that is part of our volunteer force. I will have 3 bouncers patrolling the tavern and the bar, not just to keep the patrons safe and the staff, but also to keep the property of Billy Creek safe. The barn does have several artifacts in it, so the bouncers will be watching out for people to make sure they're not disturbing the artifacts, to make sure they're not going up onto the second floor of the tavern, which is off limits. Um, that's another area where, again, we need some more volunteers. So if you want to volunteer and be a bouncer, that would be really cool. Um,
Okay. Just kind of throw on some dark shades, a nice suit. Just kidding. At least dark shades would be funny. Just have
we're
everyone.
definitely going to allow the bouncers to carry foam weapons. Absolutely.
Oh,
They can carry foam weapons and wear whatever they want to make them look cool. We
great.
don't anticipate you to have to use those foam weapons to suppress a crowd, but just in case.
Just intimidation factor.
That's
Just
right.
in case.
The bouncers are also there in case if we do have a medical emergency in the arena, they will be clearing the tavern for us.
Oh, great.
While our in-house medic, Baranor, deals with whatever situation has come up.
Okay. And then, of course, everyone's going to be coming in. Is there something in particular people have to do to get into the event, or is it just, walk in and just have fun, or?
We encourage patrons to come and go as they please. If you just want to come in and get some alcohol and then leave, that's totally fine. We would love for you to stay and encourage the fighters in the ring. That is the whole goal of this. Or play some tavern games, or even converse with the bartenders if they're not too busy. So we hope this will be a very good social occasion for everybody to go into this sort of hive of scum and villainy and act accordingly. But if you just want to come in and grab a drink and be on your way, that's completely fine too. There's no charge for entry. There's no charge for anything. But of course we do, again, accept tips for the bar. So that is always encouraged.
Okay. And then, of course, at the end of the night, when you guys are closing up and everything, it will just be the end. But of course, anyone can then go off to do their own thing at that point. But is there anything that you would recommend people to do afterwards, or anything you can think of that would be important to do after?
I would hope that if you're there at last call and it's 1 a.m., I would hope that afterwards you would go and sleep. But I know some people aren't about that, so definitely, I don't know of anything that's going on at 1 a.m. I do know that early in the night, of course, the chili cook-off will be going on at, I want to say, 8 o'clock. They're running some sort of zombie game on the main fighting field.
Okay.
I know that's a thing that's happening. I don't know of anything past that.
Okay.
So.
And then one more time, we'll just go over, what people can volunteer for, just so they have an idea for. So, of course, there's helping with being security and walking around, bouncers. But one more time, what else can people volunteer for?
I have a sheet for this.
Yay, a sheet.
I can change windows. So, we have some positions available. Again, bouncers, which mostly your job now is just to monitor the tavern for disruptions. In case anybody does decide to start a brawl, or there is just something going on, or we need to clear the tavern for any reason, that's what the bouncers are going to be for. They are also for enforcing the house betting rules. So, if you cheat, the bouncer will be the one to throw you out and say, please go away. We do still need, I haven't had anyone sign up for this, we need bet takers for the arena, and the idea that we had was for one bet taker to be basically the red corner, and another would be the blue corner, and that way you don't have to worry about we don't have to worry about one bet taker taking bets for both sides, and it can be a lot simpler and easier for them. So,
okay,
people to be doing that. There are also the arena's assistant heralds. They will help out the head of the arena in making rules judgments on certain fights, because the arena master can't see everything. So we would prefer that the bet takers have some heralding experience or a very good grasp on the rules. just to help out with that. We do still need. I've got a lot of the early night dealers for the house for poker and blackjack. I've got those signed up already. What I really need is poker and blackjack house dealers for later on in the night, and I need probably at least one person to supervise some of the other games and just make sure there's no cheating going on. All the bets are fair. The rules are being adhered to. And then I need another bartender for later in the night. And that's basically someone who's going to be working next to me and my other bartender, and we're going to be serving the on-tap drinks, shaking cocktails, basically keeping the bar moving, keeping the liquid flowing.
Okay. And
I do ask, we do have some staff rules. While you're allowed to take whatever you want from the bar, as long as you stand in line and order, we do ask that the staff maintain only a light level of intoxication, and we do say that I would like to say that obviously intoxicated staff will be relieved, just so that we can make sure that you're doing your job safely and effectively.
it's just like any normal bar, or what they should do at any normal bar.
Yes, yes. We do want the tavern staff to feel like they can take drinks from the bar. We just don't want you to be stumbling drunk. Patrons who are found to be violating the gambling rules should be reported to one of the heads of staff by the volunteers in the tavern, and that way we can clear that up and make sure that no funny business is going on. We also want the staff to be looking out for overly intoxicated patrons. That way we can get them help just as soon as possible. We hope that doesn't happen. We hope everybody is good at knowing their limit, but of course, if they're not, we want to take care of that just as soon as we can.
Yeah, all about moderation. That way you can have fun in all areas. And
Right.
remember it the next day, too. That's probably
right.
very helpful.
We do follow the same rules as a normal fighting field. If somebody yells hold, that means that there is a problem somewhere in the tavern. Usually it's either a medical emergency or maybe someone's fallen over. So if you hear hold yelled in the tavern, whether you're a patron or a staff member, make sure that you're echoing that and getting clear so that, or taking a knee, so that our medics and our other staff can find out where the problem is quickly.
Got it. And then
The bar. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just going to ask if people do want to, volunteer, do they reach out to you, or who would they reach out to?
You can definitely reach out to me, and I'll put you on the duty sheet. I'll probably, just after we're done recording this, I'll go ahead and publish this duty sheet and make a call for volunteers. I would like to speak to everyone who wants to volunteer at the tavern before I put you down on the list, just so that you know what you're getting into.
And just a little interview, make sure you know what you're signing up for before you sign the deed in blood.
Right. And then, of course, all the bartenders, myself and my other bartenders included, reserve the right to not serve somebody that we believe is a danger to themselves or others. So if we cut you off, that's final, as far as we're concerned. Not looking to give people alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, that probably would not be a good idea. You want to be able to be around for more events, and for next year's event, if you guys have it next year.
We hope that we'll have this next year. This is our first test to see if this works out for us, but we hope to do this again next year.
Well, great. Well, I hope that it goes well. Is there anything else that you wanted to show for the event, or anything else that you want to talk about that we haven't gone over already?
Nothing that I can think of right now.
Okay, well, perfect. Well, I'm excited for your event, and I think that it'll be, one of the grander ones that we'll have at Oktoberfest. I do urge people to just, like you said, moderation. You want to be able to fight the next day, so, don't take it too hard, but I'm excited for all the different things that there will be, and I'm curious what all there will be for the auction at the end of the night. I'm kind of interested in what Brazen has donated. They have been making some beautiful chains, and I've been friends with them on Facebook. You just see it, and it's harder to make things out of leather, so that'll be nice for anyone who wins that little belt pouch. But Thank you very much for speaking to me about the event.